Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is 3.4.
What's going on, world? How are you? Welcome back to channel 3.4. Of course, this is another episode of Music Felt by me / Dave Speaks. This is a tier list video with Eminem's album looming. We don't know exactly when it's going to come out. All signs point to July 5th, but we'll see if that's true. I just kind of want to give an official tier list for his previous projects. Of course, some of my opinions on his albums have changed over the years. I did do an album tier list for, I think, my 1,000 subscriber special video. But I did kind of want to get back into this and regrade these albums as we load into Eminem season coming up. So let's get right into this. Before we do, though, don't forget we are on the road to 100,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do. We're going to be covering that Eminem album as soon as it drops, as soon as possible. It may drop on a work day, which is tough, which is real tough, but I'm going to be making sure that I get into that project heavy, often, early as possible. So, if you're into Eminem reactions, anyone that knows me from the old breakdowns or the old channels or whatever, I have an ear for Eminem's music. So, I'm going to do my best to break down what we got from Eminem here. So, let's get right into this Eminem album tier list. We're going to start off. We're just going to go from left to right, I guess. I'm not going to go in chronological order. We're just going to go in the order that these are listed. So, Encore for me, interesting. I'm going to go C tier. There's too much nonsense on it. Rain Man, Big Weenie. I actually like my first single more than most people do. That beat is ridiculous, probably in the worst way, but I actually kind of enjoy that song for some reason. I don't know, it kind of is an earworm for me. But yeah, I'm gonna go see it. There's just too many misses. There's also some really great records like Toy Soldiers, Yellow Brick Road, The Evil Deeds, Mosh, I believe, is on that album too. So yeah, there's a lot of really important records, and then of course Mockingbird, We As American. There's some really, really good records on that. Love You More. Not Love You More. Crazy in Love. There's a lot of really good records on that album, but there's just, between Puke and My First Single and Rain Man and Big Weenie and Ass Like That, I don't know. There's a few there that just kind of loses me, pulls me out a little too much. So yeah, C tier for Encore. And here's another one, Eminem Infinite. I'm actually going C tier also. The rapping's really good. It's just I don't like the sound of old rap music like that. Like I just feel like the quality of the audio takes me out of it compared to now. Like this is right how I feel about it right now. At the time it was great, but it just going back and listening to it now, yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't hit the same. And what's weird is like I rather listen to music on vinyl. I love the way vinyl sounds, but there's something between in the digital age of trying to capture that sound. It's just I don't know. Not for me. This is probably a weird take for me, I guess. I'm gonna go A tier with Kamikaze, and I know some people might be like, Kamikaze 2 grades over Infinite? That's crazy. I think that his rapping skill is crazy on display out there. I think Not Alike is one of the better rapped verses he's done in a long time. The passion, the wordplay, the intensity that kind of goes with passion, his ability to eviscerate Machine Gun Kelly on that record is crazy. Royce's verse is really good. I like that record a lot. The chorus is obnoxious, but Take Keith beat, I like that record a lot. Not Alike is one of my favorite Eminem songs recently. Lucky You is also one of my favorite Eminem songs recently. He's got a couple records on there. I think The Ringer is intense. It's probably a little played now, like going back and listening to it. I get it at this point. I get it. Short project. I'm gonna go B tier. The reason why this drops from A to B for me is that there's 12 songs, and I don't hate Venom, but I don't like Venom enough for it to make a 12-song cut. And Good Guy, Bad Guy is the worst 2-song run of Eminem's career of all time. Of all time. Give me Rain Man, Big Weenie over Good Guy, Bad Guy, or Good Guy, Nice Guy, or whatever. I would take that over it as a 2-song run, but the highs of Kamikaze are higher to me than most of Encore's. That's where it edges it out there. Eminem's Marshall Mathers LP, I'm going to go A tier. This is tough. No, Marshall Mathers LP. It's got to be an S. It's a ridiculously insane album. It's an insane album. I don't even know what else needs to be said about it. And just the insanity captured on that album, the rapping, it was just an incredible project. Kim is one of the most horrifying sonic experiences of all time. I think it was We Cry Together with Kendrick there. Really, really close second, not as far as horrifying, but as far as just letting the conversation or the moment exist in song form. Crazy. I mean, not that Kim is really like a song. I mean, I don't know. But it's an S tier album. If you're looking for what makes Eminem so great, I think the Marshall Mathers LP and another project on here could perfectly present that to him, to the world, I guess. Marshall Mathers LP 2. I'm going to go B tier. Better project than I felt about it at the time of hearing it. I didn't like it when I first listened to it, really. I thought it was kind of it's like, okay. There's a couple records on there. But the Rick Rubin effect on that album was heavy. And I didn't really like it at the time. And I don't love it now, being a B tier album. But there were some pretty big swings and some pretty decent misses here too. Records like Brainless, Rhyme or Reason, Stronger Than I Was, oddly enough. For some reason I thought No Love was on this. Bad Guy is an incredible verse. Rhyme or Reason I like a lot. There's a few songs on here that, like I said, are big swings, big misses. Not a huge fan of Asshole. Not a huge fan of The Monster. Stronger Than I Was is well intended. Evil Twin's a really good record. Headlights, though, to me is, again, one of the more important Eminem songs of all time. I think that record is unbelievable. It's a tearjerker. Very emotional, especially for anyone that's been an Eminem fan for a long time and kind of got to know the music and his relationships and stuff through his music, and anyone that found any commonality with that. That song is just an unbelievable step of maturity and growth. And the thing I've always appreciated about Eminem is when he does something in a song that he regrets or views it as wrong, he apologizes just as loud through the music, right? He doesn't just make a statement and then that's it. You know what I mean? He communicates through his music, both negatively, positively, whatever. And Headlights to me is a top 10 Eminem song, if not top 5. I'd have to really think about that, but incredible record. Love Game, the biggest swing and miss for a feature. Hate that record. That having Kendrick with you and being able to do a collab at that time could have been a Renegade type record, and instead it was Love Game, and that's frustrating. Rap God, of course, lyrical exercise that it was, not very re-listenable. So I think I've given my reasons for that. Marshall Mathers LP2 is a B tier. It's okay. It's good, not great. You could say it's like a top 5 Eminem album, closer to 5. It's closer to being a top 4 Eminem album than a bottom 4 Eminem album, I guess. I would say that. Let's see. What is this? Music to be Murdered by Side A. Music to be Murdered by Side A, I'm going to put as a B tier project. But as a B tier project, I'm actually going to line these up and what albums I like more. So, again, Premonition kind of starts off a lot like The Ringer to me. Like, very big stream of consciousness, linear line of logic, like coming as a journal, feels more like a journal entry than it does anything else. Unaccommodating, grew on me over time. Royce da 5'9" producing a lot of records on this album. Godzilla got exhausting to me. I think Darkness is one of the more creative rap songs from Eminem and really using his artistry. I love that record a lot. That's kind of where I'm at with that's the itch that can be scratched for me when it comes to Eminem. Like, what's left is, and not left as if he's never done it or has not done it for a while. He did it with his second and most recent album. But songs like Darkness, I think, as a elder statesman in hip-hop, is where I'm really interested to hear his perspective. Like a record like Lace It that he did, with Juice WRLD. Really, really good perspective, wisdom, OG type approach. I like that record a lot. And it comes from my feelings about Darkness, too. Like, I think they scratch a similar itch. Never Love Again, creative double entendre song again. No Regrets, great record. Lock It Up, catchy as hell. But some of these, like Leaving Heaven, really impactful. The moments about his father there. Stepdad. It's tough because the story is very, very important, and again, one of those kinds of records that people could gravitate towards, like some commonality with it. But I just find this song so incredibly annoying. Like, the hook is just so annoying to me. Marsh is okay, Little Engine is okay. I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of okay moments on this. They're kind of very bland. Couple records I like. Ya I would have liked a lot more. I just don't like the instrumental, and that's a not Mr. Porter problem, I guess, not an Eminem problem, but it's just the instrumental wore on me. It wore on me. Those kind of nights, it's like, okay, whatever. Yeah, and I don't know. Again, I think I commented on this last time that the Music to be Murdered by did not feel very Murdered by themed, except for the occasional skit from Alfred Hitchcock. It seems to have lost a little bit, and I guess like Leaving Heaven, right, and My Stepdad or whatever. There's moments of it, but I just didn't feel like it had the horror throughout the album musically to match, I think, with the theme that was intended. And I know he said there was a bunch of samples and stuff and clearances that he couldn't get cleared, or stuff he was trying to get cleared that didn't get cleared, that maybe would have made the project more cohesive. But it just did not feel like a horror album to me, except for the fact that it was themed and named after Alfred Hitchcock, and then there's the occasional Alfred Hitchcock thing. Also, great record, I Will. Love that record too. Really, really nice record there. Kind of bringing the Joe Budden list Slaughterhouse posse cut together there. But yeah, B tier for me. I think there's more meh songs than there are great. In the intro, the Premonition, starts off with the sound of what appears to be a murder. So I get that, but like, if it was an Alfred Hitchcock themed album, I thought Alfred should have opened the album. I don't know. There's like some missed opportunities there for me, for sure. Music to be Murdered by Side B. I'm actually going to go even lower. I'm gonna drop it down to C tier. Not a huge fan of the second project. Didn't love the second project. There's again a couple records on it. And, side B started with the Alfred intro, which made sense. Whereas the DJ Premier beat with the Book of Rhymes and, his provocative, intentional sense of humor on Tone Deaf. Alfred's theme, the instrumental, exhausted me. But I think Zeus, really, Book of Rhymes, These Demons, Zeus are really it for me on that album. Like, the rest of them are, again, meh, okay. They're okay, not good, and probably not great, a lot of them. And I know that, some people might not like my take on that. Killer was, like, not what I'm really looking for from Eminem at this point. Like, she's a killer, bum bum. She Loves Me Again, not a record I'm really looking for. Yeah, like, it was These Demons, Book of Rhymes, and Zeus. Really, on that whole project. Jesus, yeah, I really don't like that project. And that was okay for what it was, Higher's not bad. I like the Key skit more than a lot of records on here. So yeah, C tier album for me when it comes to Music to Be Murdered by side B. Recovery is a B tier album. It's a B tier album. Again, some really big swings on this. I also think there's a lot of intentional hits on here, right? Like, you got Love the Way You Lie with Rihanna, right? There's a lot of songs in there. Won't Back Down with Pink. There's a lot of songs in there that felt very, very intentional. But there's just some good records too. Like, I like Cold Wind Blows. That one kind of grew on me over time. On Fire's okay. White Trash Party annoyed me. Won't Back Down. I like, what was that? The Call of Duty record. Not Afraid. Not a bad record. Just so overplayed. Not his fault necessarily. No Love I like more than most people do. Cinderella Man I like more than most people do. 25 to Life I like more than most people do. And Almost Famous I like more than most people do. Untitled is okay. 25 to Life I liked the hook at the end where you're like, oh damn, he was talking about rap the whole time. Spacebound I like too. Yeah, it's a good album. I mean, it's solid. It's not my favorite. It's definitely not top 5, but it's a solid project. Relapse, I'm gonna go A tier. I think that overhated album for sure. The accents did get annoying, sure, but the concept, the writing, I mean, there is some incredible writing on Relapse. And even with the refill, I think My Darling is, again, one of my favorite Eminem records. The concept's great. The execution of it's done really, really well. There's a lot of vulnerability and real introspective stuff, like some difficult conversations to have with yourself when it comes to that album or that song. I like it. I like it more than a lot of people do. Relapse is one of my favorite Eminem projects. This one's gonna stun some people. I think this is the best bad album Eminem's done, and I'm talking about Revival. Overhated project for sure. Hang on. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this now. We're kind of down to a few here. Overhated project. Not nearly as bad as people make it out to be. Yeah, the features were poppy. Features are poppy, I get it. Bad Husband's a great record. Again, apologizing out loud, right? Headlights, getting back around to his mom. Bad Husband, getting back around to Kim. Just vulnerable. Castle and a Rose is my favorite 2-song Eminem run ever. Like, those songs need each other. Very creative. Awesome writing. Again, tearjerker. You know, you think about him paralyzed at just the idea of not being able to be there for Haley is like heart-wrenching. Heart-wrenching. Articulated so well. It's a great, great record. Castle and a Rose, or it was great records, I guess. It was great records. Overhated Project Revival is not a bad album. It's not a bad album. Here's one for you. I think the Slim Shady album, the Slim Shady LP is kind of meh. I think it's kind of meh. I get the shot. At the time, it was incredible. Go back and listen to it now. Go listen to that album now. It's okay. Rock Bottom, If I Had. Still Don't Give a Fuck. There's some great songs on there, but man, it is not as timeless as the Eminem Show is. The Eminem Show, to me, is Eminem's best project. The vulnerability, the rapping, the beats, the motivational stuff, the real stuff. Soldier, Till I Collapse, Sing for the Moment, Cleaning Out My Closet. God, that's a great album. That is a great album. The Eminem Show is Eminem's best project on the Marshall Mathers LP. I have Relapse 3rd. I have Revival 4th. I have Marshall Mathers LP 2 5th. Slim Shady 6th. Kamikaze 7th. Music Be Murdered by Side A. 8th. Recovery 9th. Side B. 10th. 11th, 12th. That's how I have it. You can kill me in the comments if you want. Let me know your opinion. I respect everybody's opinion, and this is so subjective. But, yeah, I'm more into these two, and honestly, I like his rapping. I'm one of these guys that say, like, I think he raps better now. I do feel that way, but I just think the overall... And there's some nostalgia here, for sure. I think some of the writing here and some of the writing here on Revival, overhated. These two are overhated projects. Kamikaze has... Actually, you know what? I'm switching that. I'm going Kamikaze up one. Not alike. Lucky You. Fucking... The Ringer. What is it? Kamikaze. There's a few records on there that are good enough, I think, and fits more the writing style that I like now, for sure. Let me know down below. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. You guys sound off on the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Of course, send me your list. What would you change? What would you move up? What would you move down? What am I fucking crazy about? Go crazy in the comment section. Sound off on this one for sure. That's gonna do it for me, everyone. Be safe, be real. Don't forget to pursue your own happiness and shit. I'll catch y'all on the next one.
Thank you to Patreon and YouTube members Afrado, Joseph Green, Jeremy Visser, Clay Hopkins,